Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to come to you today with a little mini series. Today, it's all about changing your thoughts and changing your life. My name is Gigi Suritzidis, and I am a rapid transformational therapist and clinical hypnotherapist. What does that mean? Well, it means that instead of having years and years of therapy and needing to find a counselor for discussing a lot of your deep-seated issues, we are able to talk to you briefly and get a history in about a half hour and go into a rapid transformational session and find out exactly where the issue that you are experiencing in your life, whether it's low self-esteem or phobia or an addiction, whatever it may be, maybe lack of drive, procrastination, whatever the situation is, we can go down deep to the root of it, pick it out, throw it away, and it dries up and it withers. And with time, that root just blows away with the wind. And so as time passes, you become even stronger, locking in the new you and the way to enjoy life again. Because a lot of us don't understand why bad things keep happening to us, or why we just can't seem to get ahead in life, or why our business isn't doing better, or why am I depressed? Why do I have anxiety? All of these are coming from some place within you. And it's my job to find out where, and it's your job to get rid of it. So together, we can do amazing things. I want to just tell you a little bit about how your thinking can actually change your life. When I was a teenager, I had a meaningful conversation with my dad, and he told me that he never had been told that he was loved from his parents. And I remember thinking to myself, how could they do that? Don't all parents say, "I love you" to their children? I was so grateful, though, that my dad showed me love, knowing that he never got it. And he always said that he would never want to raise his children the way he was raised. And my dad was able to overcome his childhood issues, which were not feeling good enough, not feeling loved. And I was really so thankful, again, that my dad told me that he loved me, and that he also wanted to hear, me out when I had issues or problems, and he wanted to crack a joke or two to make me feel better. So it was always that I felt supported, even though he didn't when he was growing up. So isn't it interesting how he was able to overcome his childhood trauma around not feeling loved? Because he made a decision, and that's what you have to think about. Are you willing to make a decision to do things differently? And a decision is a turnabout, right? And you do something that there's no turning back once you decide. He had made up his mind not to let his past influence his present. And so why is it so difficult for others to move past those haunting childhood memories? And if this rings true for you, there's definitely a way to overcome it. Here's something to think about. Hurt people hurt people. So if someone has hurt you in the past, they too may have been hurt. And this doesn't make it better, but in some ways it can be thought of as putting things into perspective. And it doesn't hurt quite as bad. Now, if you are willing to change your thinking about a situation and how that situation has affected you, then you can change the way you react to it. My dad realized that his parents were uneducated. They were young when they had 5 children. They could barely make ends meet. It was during the Depression. And he understood the pressures that were placed upon them. And he chose to accept his difficult childhood. And he chose not to let it affect his current life. He didn't want to stay in a poor man's mentality. He made that decision to be grateful and to live a life of abundance. I remember him reading self-help books back in the 60s by Norman Vincent Peale, The Power of Positive Thinking. So it really boils down to whether you will do the work, and if you say, yes, I'm ready to do the work, you can let go of negative thoughts, and you will learn to recognize negative feelings and behaviors because you're more conscious of them. It sounds strange, this next thing that I'm going to tell you, but hear me out. You have to think the negative thoughts that continuously pop up in your life. You need to thank them for making them who you are. Even though you may not be satisfied with who you are right now, those behaviors made you who you are today. And knowing that, you can ask those bad negative behaviors to go away, but thank them for trying to do some good in your life. And I say it sounds a little strange, but you allowed those feelings to stay with you for so long. You need to thank them and ask them to leave now. And once you tell those negative beliefs to please go, it's really important to tell yourself now that they no longer serve you because you're willing to change. You can give them another role, help them do something else with you. Maybe you can give them the role of making new friends. You can give them the role of stop procrastinating, but they no longer serve you as you once knew them. So allow some time to go by to familiarize yourself with this new way of thinking, because it's going to bring new positive thoughts into your life instead of the old, anxious, depressed thinking. Now, a great exercise that I have my clients do is to write down all negative things that they say to themselves every single day. This is a huge tip right now that I'm giving you. You need to think about your thinking on a daily basis. The minute you have a negative thought, you must say, cancel. Because I've heard so many people say, oh, I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Cancel, cancel, cancel. First thing we need to do. Next, you're not going to like this one, but you need to write them down. Because you're going to write down all of your negative beliefs, all of the negative things that you say to yourself on a daily basis, until you get so sick and tired of writing them down that you no longer say those, because you're like, I'm not writing that down again. Now, on the flip side, once you write these negative thoughts down, you must come up with a positive affirmation that you could have said instead. I'll give you an example. I'm stupid. The positive affirmation is, I am smart, or I am perfectly imperfect, or I am smart enough to know better, or I am getting smarter every day. Depending on your personality and the situation that you're being placed in, you get to choose your positive affirmation. Once you write it down, you will probably have a good 20 to 30 a day, maybe starting off, if that's been your habit. If you only have 2 or 3 a day, that's fantastic. You're going to write down the positive affirmations that correlate with the negative thinking, and you're going to cut them out and paste them in your bathroom mirror, on the refrigerator door, in your bedrooms. The last thing you see is the positive affirmation before going to bed. And you'll see it every time you go in the bathroom, anytime you open the refrigerator to eat. Those positive affirmations are going to be the new you. And the bottom line is, what we're doing here is we're taking what was once familiar, negative self-talk, and we're making it unfamiliar. When you add positive affirmations in your lifetime on a daily basis, the negative becomes unfamiliar. And all of a sudden you become a more positive person. And you can always think of that. Your mess one day that was your mess, all that negative thoughts because of some reason from your past, that is your message. And that is the person that you are. That's why we thank those negative old things that happened in your past. We thank that for you to be able to say, that's who I am, that's who I became, and I am this now. I'm an amazing, powerful individual that's capable of great things. And your future is bright. Instead of having all of that old baggage weighing you down, you can change your thinking and change your life. You know, I work with incredibly smart and talented human beings. And I use the method of rapid transformation because in 2 hours, we can do the work together. I will put you in a nice, relaxed state and then bring you back to your childhood and find out what it was then that is causing the emotional block today. We can overcome serious issues in a 2-hour session. I have seen it work over and over again, and that is why it is called rapid transformation. So I believe that it's better than months and years of seeing a therapist and just talking about your issues over and over again, basically making the roots go deeper and deeper. Instead, we want to pull those roots out and get rid of them from your body. Some people have even said that they feel lighter after a session. They feel the weight that was once in their heart just go away. And there's ways of getting rid of negative feelings during the session. It's very remarkable. So perhaps you are ready to face and solve some of your challenges. And you may be thinking about it now, or maybe you've been thinking about it for months, maybe years, and never done anything about it. I'm going to make a call to action. Go to www.callwithgigi.com and set up an appointment with me. It's free. And I'll be happy to talk to you, because sometimes it's just a matter of a conversation, and that's all it takes. And if I can help you, that will be fabulous. I hope you have a wonderful day. Be happy, smile, because God loves you.